Brooklyn Independent Television.
A drug addict is probably not someone you'd normally bet on to find a good job or build a career, even if he or she is in recovery. But help and training can come from surprising sources, sometimes, as Sector B's Fred Brown tells us, a celebrity superstar.
Children, I need a little work here, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Fix you up.
You're gonna hook me up?
Yeah.
All right. Another day's work at a beauty salon in Brooklyn. Well, not quite, because this place isn't open to the public yet. It's part of the Phoenix House, an international addiction and recovery program that also has a location in Brooklyn. And with Beyonce's name attached to this cosmetology center, these trainees, who are also residents, say they're getting ready to tackle the world.
I believe by the time I'm done with this whole process, as far as the classroom process, I believe I'm ready for anything. You know, one of my goals will be to have my own salon, but then also I'm reaching for the stars. I would love to do celebrities here every now and then. You know, so yeah,
Like Beyonce.
I would love to.
I always love doing hair. I love to make people look good. Yeah, I always. And I had started school earlier, like 21, 22, but I never finished. I went to Woodford Academy and I never finished. I had a baby and got married and stuff like that. So actually, when I started my drug use and everything, I never went back to it. So this is a big deal for me that I'm finally finishing something that I started years ago.
And it was stories like those that motivated the Queen of Pop to donate all the proceeds from a movie she was researching called Cadillac Records, in which she played the lead role of legendary jazz artist Etta James, who nearly had an overdose during the prime of her career.
It's great benefits, you know what I mean, to better myself and my career, because this is a great opportunity for one who was actually interested in, you know, utilizing those skills, those practical skills that I actually already, you know, have.
And utilizing the skills they've learned in this vocational program is exactly what Phoenix House staff hopes their residents will do.
So what I've been focusing on since I've been here is how do we build the strength of the organization? How can we expand the range of services? How can we provide better tools? And here is a very good example of how we've been able to expand the range of services, both in terms of the clinical treatment, but also the breadth of vocational services that we provide.
Okay. And then how tight is this supposed to be?
Not choking you.
Okay, because when I go to the barbershop, they choke me.
So am I choking you now?
No.
Okay.
Well, here we have building services, carpentry, computer and admin services, the Culinary Institute, as well as the recently announced Beyonce Cosmetology Center. But we're not going to stop there, you know, because if you look at job creation, new job migration over the next 10 years, you know, there are going to be a lot more opportunities for new types of jobs in the internet field, the social media field. And so what we're going to do is adapt to that changing job market.
And this stuff is all done by the clients.
All done by the clients.
Wow.
And I think this is the beginnings of a house.
Yeah.
It's a model house.
Other, you know, little things here and there, you
know. Little tip.
You look in the mirror every morning. What do you see? Do you see someone that you're proud of? Do you see someone who's making a contribution? Or do you see someone who is worthless, who society doesn't care about, and therefore you try and hide those feelings by getting drunk or taking drugs? So really what we try to do is when people eventually look in the mirror after recovery from treatment and then vocational service, we want them to see the person that they have the potential to become. And that's what we do, hope.
It's funny because I used to do my mother's hair.
Oh,
I
you
still
did?
do, yeah. And she tells me I'm too rough.
Oh, right.
So it depends. Like, I guess I learned not to be so rough.
So the vocational part that we have here is part of a much broader program that you bring people into a safe environment. You give them a place to live, a place to be with peers who want to get sober also. You take care of their medical, their dental, their psychiatric needs if they have them. You do substance abuse treatment, and while they're here getting all that, they're also getting trained. They're getting a skill. They're getting a marketable skill that they can then go out, having all these different things addressed, and also go out and make a living. There's just everything's here.
And you cut to the knuckle. Don't cut past the knuckle. Drop that second, just cut already. My fingers follow the comb straight up, 180. And they're enjoying it, and I enjoy teaching them. They have to study cosmetology for 1,000 hours. After 1,000 hours, they take their state boards and become a licensed cosmetologists. I think the vocational program here is great because a lot of times when people are recovering from substance abuse, they go right back into the same old thing. But here it gives them an opportunity to get a career and be successful and to be able to support themselves.
So it's not just about helping them find a way to work and get back into the employment, but it's also other ways of enjoying themselves and finding that they have talents they never knew they had.
Okay, how we like the results here? Can I get some love?
Become a fan on Facebook. Like Brooklyn Independent Television.